Now, another thing about this game, if I recall correctly, is that the quick saves and so on will override itself, maybe, but the auto saves do not override anything. In any case, the journal. See, by the King's will, go seeking Foltest. Ever since Geralt saved Foltest's life, the king had been fond of keeping his favourite witcher close by his side. Thus, when the monarch laid siege to the walled town and castle of the mutinous Baroness Lavalette, Geralt found himself whiling the days away a few tents down from the king's own, in the company of Triss Merigold, a sorceress, the witch's lover, and Foltest's royal advisor. These were pleasant moments, despite the mild restlessness that plagued our hero. Finally, on the day of the assault, he was summoned before his royal majesty, and that is how his troubles began. Bunch of Lavalette. Let's see, tell Roach about the assault on the castle. We're doing that right now. My story begins after the fateful events in which the Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known also as the White Wolf, saved Foltest, the Lord of Temeria, from an assassin. From that moment on, the monarch would not quit the Witcher's company, turning him from an itinerant monster slayer into a royal bodyguard, and thus causing him to suffer increasingly. However, since it is unwise to deny a king, Geralt now found himself in the lands of the Lavalettes, where Foltest had taken personal command of the siege of the rebel families of walled town and castle. Witches know well how fickle fortune can be, and accordingly luck had abandoned our hero within the castle walls. Due to a tragic mistake, Geralt was imprisoned in the castle's dungeon, where he had to patiently recount recent events to Vernon Roach, Foltest's right-hand man. If you wish to know just how the Witcher plunged from the pinnacle of success to the depths of misfortune, listen to my tale. And watch my Let's Play. Geralt ran into the Grimford Reavers. Having lost his memory, the Witcher no longer recalled the trouble of this bunch of rogues had caused during the famous hunt for the Golden Dragon. As it turned out, Kenneth, desperate and bold, had recruited a new comrade. With great originality, they called him New Boy. The four were to join in the assault on the Lavalette castle that day. The problem was that the drunken Reavers had bet one of Foltest's knights that New Boy would survive the battle while attacking solely in his trousers and shirt. A protective amulet they had plundered from a roadside shrine was to help. Asked for advice, Geralt expressed doubt about the amulet's protective properties and discouraged the Reavers from undertaking their daring escapade. New Boy reasonably decided to don his armour. The Assassins of Kings. When Geralt thwarted the plans of the Grand Master... oh, that's a typo. Oh, that's bad. Plans of the Grand Master from the Order of the Flaming Rose, it seemed the situation in Vizima would return to normal sooner or later. A blow came from an unexpected quarter. As the Witcher was collecting its reward from King Foltest, an assassin sneaked into the throne room of the royal palace. Foltest would have perished if not for the Witcher's presence of mind. Geralt defeated the would-be Kingslayer and thus saved the monarch's life. But the Witcher was left wondering who had sent him the killer and why. Intriguingly, the assassin seemed very similar to a Witcher. So much so that he might even have been one. Locations, the Lavalette Castle. And all of this is now told in a first-person perspective, more or less. Rather than being Geralt's journal and also his general knowledge about places and things, it is now the accounts and recollections of Dandelion the Bard, Geralt's best friend. Let's see. Characters. New Boy. Useless. Just Marigold. Known the sorceress Marigold for a long time, one of Geralt's closest friends. Kinda not. The young, pretty talented auburn-haired mage from Maribor hardly reminded me of the giggling flapper of years past. Her knowledge, abilities, and loyalty had brought her far, a hero from Sodden, known as the 14th of the Hill. For she was mistakenly counted as the 14th mage to die in that battle. She sat on the royal council of King Foltest of Temeria. And though they say that a monarch's favour is uncertain, for the king had once expelled all mages from Temeria, Triss had managed to gain Foltest's trust. As regards the Witcher, everyone who was witness to Triss's friendship with Geralt, anyone who saw them together would easily confirm that these two had much in common. And it is common knowledge that an old flame never dies. A bit historical, it's called revisionism here, but we'll let it slide for the moment. Geralt of Rivia, our hero. And we already know who he is. King Foltest. Kinda know who he is. No picture of Dandelion, but we know who he is. Vernon Roach. There is a man like Vernon Roach in every monarch's retinue. Brave and determined. Ready to execute any command, and thoroughly hated at court. He knows that only allegiance and service to the king keep him in his position. Roach was the leader of the Blue Stripes, King Foltest's special forces, renowned, among other things, for battling the Scoia'tael and quelling many a rebellious non-human community. It was under his command that the unit rose to fame. Vernon earned Foltest's favour and trust through his deeds. One word from the king and he would jump headlong into fire, asking only how long he was to stay there and hold his ground. That's the kind of man Vernon Roach was at the time. Anais Lavalette, daughter of Baroness Mary Louisa Lavalette, scantry sounds all the time. Rumours of Foltest was her father gave beginning to many important events. Fair-haired Vess stood apart from the rest of Vernon Roach's unit. Not only that she was the only woman in an elite formation of hardened cutthroats and swashbucklers. Her girlish face and shapely body would stand out even if a uniform did not emphasize them. For there is something in soldier women that attracts a man's gaze, and Vess was no exception. The reader should not, however, be misled by this description. One does not earn a Blue Stripes membership with good looks, but with skill, determination, and at times ruthlessness. Anyone disregarding Vess would pay dearly for misjudging this young woman. Because of her gender, Vess would sometimes receive assignments where her beauty was more important than her combat abilities and efficiency. Roach had used Vess as his trump card more than once. We have no monsters, no crafting, some tutorial, some alchemy, and no glossary. So, with that said and done, let's see what else is going on in this camp. Got some more leather and twine to pick up.
Laugh all you like. It's come the assault to be slipping on that shite.
Place a palm. Go here, pop the amulet, and we get 5 minutes of some effect.
Those trebuchets are fucking pounding the pulp out of them.
What's up with this guy?
Your presence insults their gods. They'll turn away from us in battle.
Okay. This guy?
Any
Still
advice
nothing.
from the trebuchets are fucking pounding the pulp out
See
of them.
M, we get the map. We can zoom all the way out, see the realms, and we can zoom in. We are around there, so even if we zoom in, it will not really focus completely on where we are, I'll just zoom in. And then we'll get a stylized map that's kinda hard to read in a way, but at the same time very easy. It's just we can't zoom out any further than here. And zooming further in, that's not really useful at all. But this might just be because we're in the tutorial area.
Must be shitting themselves on the wall.
Let's show them the meaning of horror.
Laugh all you like.
Rather than running around holding Alt down, we'll run around and do the press this button. Let's see who this guy is.
Greetings. Can I interest you in a worthy cause? We could use your support.
What's the cause?
Veterans fund for former fighting men of need.
Found you gullible enough to fall for that?
There's nothing to fall for. It's just some arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah, why? You put down some coin and we wrestle. Win and the pot is yours. Lose and... well, the coin goes to the fund. Care to test your strength?
Just bet 2 money.
Hack the serfs to pieces.
New minigame here. It's all about managing the mouse.
strength you've got in that arm of yours.
Take the knights alive for ransom.
Well, seems to have names. Sounds interesting.
Move those feet! This is the army, not the barnyard! On the double! Move it!
The funny thing is, take Geralt's voice work. That's all way lower volume than all these random syllables. I might go into the sound settings and change everything, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
They're in for a beating! A beautiful day for battle. Fear not, Excellency, we're out of range of their arbalists.
I am no warrior, sire. I must admit, I prefer to joust verbally or with a pen, the emissary.
Finally! Traitors of the realm boil tar on the walls while you dally with the royal advisor.
How may I assist you, sire?
We mount an assault today, and you'll be at my side. Follow me, gentlemen. Let's not keep the traitors waiting.
Sire, you said we were out of range.
That was a ballista, Excellency. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away. A deadly and very costly weapon. An experienced crew can cock and release 2 bolts each minute. Yet it has one flaw.
Your Grace, please take cover.
The recoil of the arms is so strong upon firing that the weapon shifts. It simply cannot hit the same spot twice.
I had no idea Your Grace was a learned military engineer.
I'm not. I gave the Baroness those ballistae 2 years ago for her birthday.
Sire.
What say you, Excellency, of men who live in spite of...
And what say you, Your Grace, of soldiers who inflict them?
Those who did this live no more.
Master Geralt, I wish to converse with you once the storm of battle has subsided.
Forgive me, Excellency, but I plan to leave the royal court as soon as possible.
What do they call you, soldier? Wait. You served with me at Brennan during our foray into the Pontar Valley. Norman Sadel. Still an arbalist?
Yes, sir. Fight has not been kind to me.
Ha! Norman Sador, for your years of faithful service to the crown, I appoint you Decurion of the Arbalists. Onwards, gentlemen. No reason to dawdle.
So, Foltest is still up to all of his sexual escapades, and now he's starting war over it.
Forgive my candor, Your Majesty, but I must ask, what fate awaits the royal bastards when...
They're my children. If I hear bastard one more time, someone will die. Painfully.
Your Grace, forgive me. But the laws of succession are irrefutably clear.
Piss on the laws. I'll change them if need be. Above all, I'll not allow a band of treacherous barons to use my children as their banner.
Your Majesty is entirely within his rights.
Thanks to Geralt of Rivia, my daughter Ada is alive, and is now the wife of Radovid of Redania.
I see.
I fear you do not, Excellency. The midget king merely awaits my demise.
I am certain King Radovid of Redania wishes Your Majesty a long and healthy life.
That wasn't even amusing, Excellency. The old families will never accept a Redanian on my throne. Ada will have to content herself with Redania.
I understand. The issue of succession remains unresolved. Your Grace, I request your permission to return.
You have it. Black One's in my camp before a battle. What has the world come to? Nothing would make me happier than returning his shriveled head to Emir in a sack. But Triss Merigold insisted I be patient and courteous. Was I?
So that guy, Shilard Fitz Astelin, an emissary of Nilfgaard. And as I pointed out in Chapter 2 or 3, Chapter 2 I think, maybe 3, I can't remember, of the Let's Play of the first game, they are the bad guys. Nazi Germany by all means, and if you think those are the good guys or were the good guys, you're entitled to your opinion, but sometimes you can't argue with facts. So, that's just big. You know, we have no real connection to Foltest. We want out of here. So to make this conversation with him as short and brief as possible, or rather, you know, he's the king, don't disagree with the king.
I always knew you were one of us. And bugger what folks say. They talked about Ada no end. Have you learned anything about the assassin?
Let us not reveal anything to him about that.
Nothing new, sire. A month's passed and we don't know any more than we knew when we began. This investigation's going nowhere.
My agents have learned little also. But we'll find the culprits. It's just a question of time. Now for the battle. I want you at my side today. Then you may go where you please.
Thank you, sire.
Where are you aiming, imbeciles? Soldier! Spyglass!
The production values and the action.
What is going on up there? The gods! Count Etcheverry! Catch, Witcher. Aim for the rogue with the red plume. Not 6 months ago, he swore eternal friendship to me. Quickly! How much higher?
The action and production values have definitely increased.
3 degrees.
Did we hit the bastard?
He ducked.
Damn it! We'll get him on the walls. Follow me, Witcher!
Not much to say at the moment. The game's explaining itself, sort of.
You know, Witcher, I'm prepared to forgive Louisa. All she need do is to kneel before her king.
Very noble of you.
Are you mocking me? Never mind. I'm certain Louisa will realize her mistakes. Besides, children should have a mother.
I'm lost.
It's quite simple. Louisa and I had a bit of a tiff. She made demands I could not fulfill. Understand?
I think so.
Count Etcheverry and others immediately intervened, all noble, all sympathetic. They claimed the evil king would take her children, but they would protect them, even place them on the throne. And the Baroness was duped, her motherly love used. In truth, they desire privileges that would weaken the throne.
Going and country there,
Read
you
your
white.
inventory. You
And a
can't read on the
longboat
ladder,
out your toe.
so we'll have to read it here. King Foltest. Oh, so excellent persona compared to other crowned heirs of the time. Maybe kinda. Will saw in the first game that he was a hands-on man, and he continues being that. Even if he's no longer wearing full plate, and his voice actor has changed, it's the same kind of delivery and performance they're giving. I think they just found someone who had the same general sound, but maybe had a bit more experience, or was a bit more expensive, I don't know. And most certainly harbored feelings for his former lover and decided to save the children that were the fruit of this affair. He feared they would otherwise become trump cards in their game of politics, tools of intrigue. Once Foltest made a decision, no one and nothing could stand in his way. True. Many northern kings appear in this story, rash and thoughtful, amorous and frigid, brave and cowardly. The reader should easily see that should their crowns be removed in a pitchfork. sword, a bunch of bills, or a goat's apple given in a scepter instead, they would be as human as we are. The same, however, could not be said of the Emperor of Nilfgaard, the white flame dancing on the barrows of his enemies, whose shadow fell over all the events as I write down. There's plenty of misspellings and missing words here. In this case, that shadow was represented by Sheilard Fitz-Isterlin, a consummate diplomat who started more than one war, only to end it accepting homage from the defeated. Let's see. Yeah, he's younger than Foltest and so on. Can safely assume that we can make a quick save. Foltest's sexual appetite is as large
Look alive,
as it's always been. The salad mixings also. That's a wow.
Where the hell are we headed? What the fuck do we want? Victory! This I like! Eyes on the bridge! We're nearly there! Weapons at the ready!
That tower was ridiculous.
It was designed to break the rebels' morale.
A bunch of lords and lordlings took a ride to then pompously stride on top of the walls, while the real army fought and died below them in the shit and piss-filled streets.
If years of service have taught me anything, it's that the Highborn don the best costumes and get the best vantage points, whether at a ball or in battle. But it's not the time for that kind of jousting, Witcher. Continue your story.
So, this roach guy here, he's... Vernon roach guy. I'm going to assume he's not a noble. I mean, he's a commoner, given his attitude towards other nobles. And retroactively, a lot of people are finding Foltest and Temeria and his battle here to be something worthy of patriotism. And sure, if you want to do that, be my guest. But those scenes we just witnessed, the Foltest riling up his men, they are not really motivating all that much. In my opinion, it's just, we're about to head into a meaningless conflict from our point of view. But I digress. Let's head on with the assault.
Things went relatively smoothly after we came out of that tower. That is, until we ran into Arian Lavalette.
Switch sword twice during that cutscene. Let's see, Jabil. This is just because it deals one more clean damage. Common. Wow, this is magical. We're gonna use some Hackman runes here, even if we're not doing death to the motherfuckers. You see, the combat also changed to the more along the lines of traditional action RPGs. Especially from the year 2011 and onwards.
For Temeria, man! To die for Temeria is to die a good... Lord Suxon, you shall push for the center aisle and bring down that gate.
It's a good day to kill, Your Majesty! Follow me, gentlemen! For Temeria!
Lord Swan, you and your men shall follow me. We must capture or otherwise deal with Arian Lavalette in order to break the defenders' morale.
Yes, Your Grace.
Geralt, gentlemen, follow me for the glory!
New entry of Arian Lavalette.
Fall back, goddammit! I forbid you to die like imbeciles. Hear me! They've taken a good position, the bastards. If this persists, they'll pick us off like ducks, and I'm no duck. Any ideas?
That ballista would do the trick.
Defeat the Ballista's defenders and prepare to launch a bolt. At the 4, protect Foltest. Iron lava left. Oldest child. Okay, so we can scroll down and then text just disappears. And with beyond all doubt her and the old Baron's son, raised to be a knight, he sought to uphold the virtues of the state. Valuing courage and valor and striving by his every deeds and embodied them. Scaffold a conflict goals and commanded the defense of his family and turning off Covenant. So, let's check something. A quick save, and if we are to load, auto saves do not overwrite, but the quick saves do. That's an interesting thing to note, because that means we can actually quick save within the 30-minute periods of Let's Playing.